Today, I took my 3 little kids, my youngest ones, to the zoo. Of course, I have nothing better to do Erev Pesach, but actually it's part of my preparations for Pesach. I want my kids to go into the holiday knowing that the preparations for a Chag, preparations for a Simcha should be something that's fun, and it should be that's relaxed. And I took them to the zoo. So we got these amazing price tickets with our Minahel Kerati, right, with our community center. And the thing of the catch is that you could only be there you had to go there at 1:30. So we arrived 1:30. We're excited. We're going to go into the zoo, and they were telling us, the zoo people, that everybody who's part of this group has to go to the side, and we all had to wait until every single person comes as part of the group. Now, I don't know how many people that is, like 70, 80 people. Everyone's arriving from, different times on the buses, and we're waiting there. And I was like, okay, I told my kids, we're going to get in when we get in. And it was kind of actually interesting to be watching the people and seeing things and getting more excited about going into the zoo. Okay, yeah, it was a little bit annoying, I will say, to wait. But, okay, this is what we do. And I was just quiet and I was watching, and all of a sudden there was this woman, and she was getting so agitated. She started yelling at the zoo people, and she starts yelling at the person in charge of the Minahel, and everyone's starting to get very upset a little bit and anxious, and we're waiting, we're going to go inside, and she's just getting very, very, very agitated. And I was looking at her and I was thinking, wow, that's what a way to ruin it, for herself and for the kids that she's with, because we're talking about getting inside a zoo. Now, okay, I get it. It's agitating and it's upsetting when you want something and you can't get it, when you have expectations that are not being met, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, when, I don't know, there's so many things that make us upset. And there I was watching this woman. It made me think of something that I heard actually this morning, Rav Lieberman. In the Leil Seder, what happens? We're supposed to be like royalty, like queens, like kings. And when we're drinking our 4 cups of wine, when we're eating our matzah, what do? We lean like royalty. However, there's one part of Leil Seder where we're not leaning, that we're eating. And what is that? It's the maror, the bitter herbs. The bitter herbs, you're supposed to just be eating it. No leaning, no inclining, no royalty. I was thinking that on the one hand, we have to know, we have to acknowledge, and we have to recognize our bitterness and our suffering. And yes, we even sometimes have to talk about it and get it out of us. But we also have to know that the real true path to royalty is not getting stuck on that bitterness. In fact, what happens later on in the night, we take the bitter herbs, we dip it in chawoset, which is also representative, although it's sweet, it's also representative of our hard work and the labor, and you feel like you're not going and doing anything, and you're going around in circles, and you're just stuck in that slavery. But then we take these 2 items and we put it inside, and we make a sandwich of what? With matzah. What's matzah? Matzah, we are told, is lechem emunah. It's lechem refuah. On the one hand, it's the lechem of our affliction, but it's the lechem of emunah. It's the lechem of connection. It's lechem knowing that Hashem is with us at all times, and what's meant to be is because He's with us, and what will be is because He's with us. And it's our lechem of refuah, our bread of healing. What is healing? It's connection. So I take these 2 matzahs, I engulf all my suffering, my bitterness, my frustration, my anger, my hard work, my labor, and on all sides I wrap it around in emunah. And then what happens? Then I sit like a queen. I incline and I eat this. This is Pesach. This is freedom. It's taking all those challenges in our lives, the difficulty. At times they stand on their own, but as much as we can, whenever we can, we envelop them. We wrap them up in emunah and connection with Hashem. Chag Sameach.